In this trial, your objective is to learn how to calculate the volume of a square pyramid. But first, what is a square pyramid? A square pyramid is a 3D shape with a square base and 4 triangle-shaped sides that meet at the top point, which is called the vertex. Look over here, a square pyramid. First, let me take apart the square pyramid so you can see it clearly and understand parts such as the square base, the 4 triangle-shaped sides, the top point called the vertex, and the height of the pyramid. Take a look. This is the square base of the pyramid. It's the flat bottom that holds everything together. Attached to the sides of the base are the triangle sides. These triangles get folded up and meet at the top point. Now, this line here that went upwards is the height of the pyramid. It goes straight from the center of the base up to the top point, called the vertex. This is where the 4 triangle sides come together. This is the 2D representation of the square pyramid. Here, you can see the square base in the center. Around it are the 4 triangles that are attached around the square base. Let me show you how it is formed. The square base becomes the bottom of the pyramid, and 4 triangles get folded up and meet at the top point. When the triangles are folded and join at the top point, they form the square pyramid. Here is how we can understand the volume of a square pyramid. We'll turn the shape upside down and take off the base so we can fill it up with something. Now, imagine pouring lava into it. The space that gets filled is what we call the volume of the square pyramid, the amount of space the pyramid can hold. To calculate the volume of a square pyramid, we use the formula V is equals to 1/3 times B times H, or V is equals to 1/3 times S² times H. Where B stands for the area of the square base, as you can see in the figure, that is the area. Where S is the length and width of the square base. If we use S, we multiply it by itself to get the area of the square base. And H is the height of the pyramid, as you can see in the figure. Since the formula for computing the volume of a square pyramid is derived from the formula for computing the volume of a square prism, which is V equals to S² times H. In order to find the volume of a square pyramid, another value will be multiplied to S² and H, and that is 1/3. Now, why do we multiply to 1/3? That's because a pyramid only takes up 1/3 of the space of a square prism with the same base and height. As you can see in the figure, the highlighted part is the 2/3 that is removed, and 1/3 portion that remains is the pyramid itself. Let's apply the formula and do an example. Suppose an Egyptian pyramid has a base length and width of 2.5 kilometers and height of 5 kilometers. That would be V is equals to 1/3 times 2.5 square times 5. We will need to do the exponent first. 2.5 square is 2.5 times 2.5, which will be 6.25. Now, let's multiply all the values. We will multiply 6.25 and 5 first. 5 times 5 is 25. Put 5 below and add 2 to the next value. 2 times 5 is 10. Then add the carried 2. It is equals to 12. Put 2 below and add 1 to the next value. 6 times 5 is 30. Then add the carried 1. It is equals to 31. Put 31 below. Since 6.25 has 2 decimal places, the calculated value needs to move 2 decimal places to the left. So the value is equals to 31.25. Lastly, we need to multiply 31.25 and 1/3. Remember that a whole number has a denominator of 1. Now, multiply the numerator and denominator. It becomes 31.25 over 3. We will now divide 31.25 by 3. (31.25) divided by 3, we will need to move 2 decimal places to the right for both values. So it becomes 3,125 divided by 300. One times 300 is 300. 312 minus 300 is 12. Put 5 below, it becomes 125. We can't divide 125 by 300, so we will put 0 instead. 0 times 300 is 0. 125 minus 0 is 125. Put the decimal points since we're bringing down 0, so it becomes 1,250. What can we multiply to 300 so we can subtract it to 1,250? It is 4. 4 times 300 is 1,200. 1,250 minus 1,200 is 50. Put 0 below, it becomes 500. 1 times 300 is 300. 500 minus 300 is 200. Put 0 below, it becomes 2,000. What can we multiply to 300 so that we can subtract it to 2,000? It is 6. 6 times 300 is 1,800. 2,000 minus 1,800 is 200. Put 0 below and it becomes 2,000 again. You can see that the answer is a number that is a repeating decimal. It repeats the number 6. It becomes 10.4166666. Let's just round off to 2 decimal points. It becomes 10.42. So the volume of this pyramid is 10.42 cubic kilometers. In this trial, you must solve the volume of the square pyramid. These are the choices for the parts of the square pyramid. Press the button that you think gives the correct parts that leads to the correct volume of the square pyramid, and the room in front of you opens. Choose wrong, and the trial room along the hallway before this trial will start getting filled up with sand, and you might be buried alive right next to me. So either way, I get to have some company, and it's a win-win. Good luck!
So, the volume of the square pyramid is 50 cubic meters. I must solve every choice to find out which correct parts make the volume of the pyramid being 50 cubic meters. Based on my calculations, the right button is the correct answer. Let's see my calculations so I can check my answer. V is equal to 1/3 times 25 times 6. I need to multiply 25 and 6 first. 5 times 6 is 30. Put 0 below and have 3 be added to the next value. 2 times 6 is 12. Then add the carried 3, it is equal to 15. So 25 times 6 is 150. Lastly, I need to multiply 1/3 and 150. The ghost mentioned that every number has denominator of 1, so I can multiply 150 to 1/3 and it becomes 1/3 times 150 over 1. Multiply numerator to numerator and denominator to denominator, it becomes 150 over 3. I need to divide 150 and 3. Let's do it step by step. What can we multiply to 3 that we can subtract to 15? It is 5. 3 times 5 is 15 and 15 minus 15 is 0. Put 0 below. We multiply 3 to 0. So it becomes 0 minus 0 is 0. No remainders in the division process. Then the answer is 50. So if I multiply all the parts that the right button gave me, it is equal to 50 cubic meters. Let's hope I'm right. I chose the correct one. That was close. I am grateful for the ghost that taught me. This is the second key that I need to escape. Interesting. Even the key is shaped as a square pyramid.